Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. And driving home on a Friday, you always got to love this. There's a bunch of old people right here. Why don't y'all just stop, get out and walk? Never seen anything like it. Listen, this is a response video. This is a me taking responsibility video. This is an accountability video. This is a, hey, let's get a solution video. This is a upfront and honest video. This is a response to a video that Michael Emler did yesterday on Carnivore. I believe it was the Mako. Now, I want to give you some backdrop. First and foremost, let me say this up front. What Emler got sent was junk. Should have never been sent. He had every right to be upset, every right to be angry. Okay? Let me make that perfectly clear. I'm doing this video for a couple of reasons. I have knives on this channel that I want to show and that I am passionate about. I support certain companies because of the people. Really, more than the product, the people, right? So this morning, I got sent a link to his video, and I watched it. Watched a lot of it. Didn't watch all of it, watched most of it. And Emler reached out to me this morning about me sending him some fixed blades to check out. He's a knife guy, wants to check them. No problem, no problem. He said, by the way, did you see my video? I said, yeah, man, I did. That needs to be made right. I'm not aggravated with you, but I'm aggravated it got sent. He goes, hey, man, look, I don't want to bash any company. It's not what we do. It's not why we're here. But I received the knife in October. I was told it would be made right. It hasn't been. But my main problem is contact went cold. I said, okay. I said, I'm going to reach out to Don Kramer because I need to do a video. And I tagged Michael's channel in the title. I want you to go watch that video. Here's why I want you to watch it. I have been a proponent ever since I've been on here of giving you the best look at a knife I can as far as function. What's transpired over today has, if I don't kill myself, has led me to rethink how I do this entire process. And it's going to lead to a fundamental change. I firmly believe in addressing things when they come up, because here's what's already happened. It's good and bad, right? So there's an issue, he addressed it, I've already got people coming, because really, truly, honestly, nobody on YouTube has more videos on Carnivore than I do, right? I don't know that there's a bigger fan of them on YouTube than I am. It's natural. You can have a million positive videos, one bad one, well, y'all know the saying. The truth is, though, this is a perfect opportunity, I believe, to make things right, to get an issue settled, to point out a glaring issue that's been overlooked, and move forward, if possible. For some, they'll never buy Carnivore. I understand that. I get that. That's how this works, right? But as a knife reviewer who prides himself on having integrity, on telling the truth, on being as honest as I can't not address this. So Don Kramer and I talked today. I just got off the phone with Don. I'm going to put a statement up from Don where Don 100% says that knife should have never, we're taking full responsibility. Now here's the truth, guys. January, it was either right the day New Year's Eve or the day after. I've got a message on Messenger from Don Kramer that just said, brother, I love you. Here's what I've been going through the past several months. We're working through it. Here's the truth. When Carnivore started out, they were using Shawnee from Shade, Indonesia. Shawnee is an amazing maker. He really is, but that is a separate company, and I feel like we need to distinguish that. One of the things, though, that happened as Carnivore grew was this. It would have been impossible to continue using Shade simply because cost. Sending the different materials over or buying, I know it was like trying to buy a sheet of 3V and get it to Shawnee would have been just astronomical. So a solution was reached. There is a maker, and I hate to do this, buddy, but I got to. We can't all take the ride because you dropped the ball, and I'm not mad at you, but there's a maker, Tim Ellis, who was going to take over the production. It would do two things. It would lower some of the costs to help Carnivora, because there does come a point in a time, I mean, a lot of what you get from Carnivora is custom, so it's going to be more expensive. But if you add on everything involved from coming from Indonesia, etc., it would have priced them out of the game. So it would have lowered the cost, and it would have given Don an American maker here in the States. Investments were made, faith was put in, all kinds of things happened. I'm not going to sit here and bash anybody. It's not what I do. It's not what I believe in. It's not who I am. Tim dropped the ball. He knows he dropped the ball. And it goes way beyond dropping the ball. You know what you did, man. That being said, there's no room for excuses. None. Carnivora was in the midst of getting new knives made to send out. I said to Don, and I'm going to have Don on a blade talk with Scab and Joe. So Joe, we got to line it up. And Emler, if you want to come on, man, I'd love to have you too, because I want everybody to understand this is not an against. It doesn't need to be an against. This needs to be a situation that gets fixed, regardless of the outcome. Needs to get fixed. Tim has been removed from the Carnivora team completely. Okay, I'm not going back into that. Brock Woodson is going to be the OEM. I have a video up of one of Brock's knives. I believe it was the Ghost of Caldera. Very special knife. Brock has already taken the reins. He is getting everything in order and moving forward. There are back orders out the ass. Brock is getting them caught up. The issue here is no communication with Emler. There's another gentleman who I'm not going to name, who was very, very upset. Don lost a friend over this. See, that's the thing, guys. It's not just a matter of poor business or old business is, going to suffer. Relationships were lost out of all of this, right? And not because of Emler's video at all. Again, this is behind the scenes shit that goes on all the time. Don frantically was trying to get people in place to fix this, to get a better QC system going, to get accountability going. I asked him point blank. I said, Don, the issue is no contact. He said, Scott, I dropped the ball. It's on me. When he did that, when he said that, I just went, okay, I can deal with this now. When there's accountability, and when somebody says, hey, this is on me, I dropped the ball. I can do that. What I can't do is a lot of finger pointing and, oh, it was this person's fault, that person. No. What's happened has happened. It's got to be fixed. The damage may be done. It may be. For some it is, because there's always going to be that crowd, well, no second chances, no. Okay, I understand. I get it. I do. I would have been irate if I had paid what was paid for that knife. The sheath was shit. Guys, there's no... Listen, I want to put up a response from Don where he basically says, matter of fact, we're at the 9:42. At the 10 o'clock mark, I'm going to put up Don's statement. I'm going to leave it run for a little bit, even if I keep talking. The ball was dropped, period. Nothing Emler said was a lie. The knife's garbage. Here's the deal. You can't send a knife out like that at that price point in that condition. Here's where I come in. Here's where I need to take some ownership. For 3 years, I've jumped up and down and said, oh, we're only talking about function, and I'm just going to show you how the knife works, and I don't care about fit and finish, and I don't care about all this. I don't look them up. I don't do this. I don't do that. Here's the deal. No matter how much I work, no matter how far away from home I work, I decided to do this channel. And I feel like I have a responsibility to either do it correctly or shut it down. excuses and circumstances and all this other has nothing, no bearing on responsibilities. I have a responsibility to you guys to show you the knife work. But I also feel like I have a responsibility to the knife companies. Everything that I have gotten from Carnivora has been prototypes. I've got to get a new stand here. I've got to get a new stand. But everything I've got is prototypes. But you know, and I told Don this. I told Don this point. This is my fault. I should have said, hey, when it's with Shawnee, everything's just money, dude. Everything looks good. It's sharp. It's well made. You know, even if it's got like hammered marks that you see, and see, there's a difference in hammered marks and hammered shit. And that's what Emler got, was hammered shit. But I've got to take a responsibility too. I should have said to Don, because I thought, and I told Don this today, I said, man, I just assumed it was a prototype that was going to that it would never have gotten sold in this manner. Don said it was never supposed to have been sold in that manner, and he said, Scott, I'm still dealing with the fallout. I'm going to deal with the fallout until it's over. And guys, if I can't stress anything enough, it's that I need a new stand here. It's that Don didn't dodge anything. He said, brother, whatever I need to do to fix this. And I said, man, we just need to be honest about it. We need to say the truth. And he agreed. He said, I'm not going to deal with anything else other than that. So guys, here's the thing. And Emler, man, I would like for you to come on Blade Talk as well. Here's the thing. Now, I'm trying to think how to say it. I keep saying the ball was dropped, but the knife should have never went out. 2 of them went out. I know that should have never went out. There's a lot of other stuff behind the scenes that play into this situation, but has no bearing on what I'm saying to you, if that makes sense. We got to move forward. So, like I said, some people will never give Carnivora another chance, and okay, all right, I'm not here to tell you to or not. If we don't address this, if we don't talk about this, if we don't say, hey, this shouldn't have happened, then we'll never be able to enjoy a comeback. Now, there's already a lot in the works and has already been done. Brock is already working to catch up, to get ahead, to move forward. There is videos and pictures and QC taking place now that before was only excuses and frustration. That's been addressed. I'm changing fundamentally the way I do my videos because I feel like maybe if I would have said something sooner other than just, well, we're going with function, we might not have gotten here. So this is what I can only control what I can control, right? But what I can do is this. From now on, and I don't give a shit who you are. I don't give a shit what company you are. I don't give a shit if you send it, because here's the truth. I don't make a damn dime. I make AdSense, and I have a Patreon and YouTube member things that you guys never ever hear about. I've got a few folks who have graciously joined that, and I don't ask people to subscribe. I don't ask people to join pay. I don't do any of that. I don't ask knife companies for a damn thing, nothing. To my own detriment. But I need everybody to listen to Old Scab right now. If a knife comes in, we're going to look, or when a knife comes in, we're going to look at fit, we're going to look at finish, we're going to look at price point, and we're going to talk about those things. I'm going to ask all of you to be patient with me as we do that, because y'all know that's not my style and not my speed, but it needs to be, because I cannot help but take some responsibility in this. No, I didn't make the knife. No, I didn't send the knife. But I have reviewed more Carnivora than anybody else, and I feel like if I would have said when we made the swap from Shawnee to Tim, hey, This is worlds apart. I dropped the ball too. Where we go from here is up to you guys. I'm moving forward. That's just what we're going to do. Don would like to do a video with me to put out kind of what happened so that you guys understand. We would like Emler to be in on it. So, Michael, if you want to join us, man, we'd love to have you. Dude, on a personal note, you waited, I think, an appropriate amount of time. That being said, guys, this was not a fun one to do. I don't want anybody to think I'm pointing fingers. I'm not. I cannot stress to you guys enough, Don manning up and saying, buck stops here. We want to move forward. We want to make it right. And the other side is this too, and people will either believe it or they won't, and I understand that. Change has been occurring since November, December. It will happen. The comeback will be sweet. Until then, I love y'all. God knows I do. God bless y'all. I hope he does. I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son.